Hi, it's Ike from Groovy Entertainment. Today we got another book to read for you. Today's book is Elf and Winter Take Elf for 1989. So let's get started. When Willie Tanner asked his wife Kate and their two children, Lynn and Brian, to gather in their living room, it was to tell them bad news. We can't take that vacation to Yellowstone Park. We have been planning, he said. Our old car won't make the trip, and we simply can't afford the new station wagon we would like to buy. Son of the elf knew why Willie hadn't invited him to the family meeting. It's all my fault, he thought to himself. If they didn't have to pay to feed me and bail me out of trouble all the time, they'll have plenty of money for the new car. I have to find a way to make it up to them. The very next day, Elf came up with a plan. He talked Brian into hiding him in his wagon and wheeling him down to the local TV station. This was where they filmed the popular game show Begging for Daughters. Once they reached the TV station, Elf climbed out of the wagon. Nobody noticed his unusual appearance. Everyone who wanted to be a contestant on Begging for Daughter had to dress up in a crazy costume. Elf fit right in with the rest of the crowd. The long line was moving too slowly for Elf. Hold my place, Brian, he said, while I look around for another entrance. Elf walked around the corner, where he saw a group of workmen carrying prizes for the show into the building. Hey, no problem, thought Elf to himself. I'll just work my way in between the TV and these girded refrigerator freezers. These guys would never notice that I slipped in. I wonder if they thought to stock any of these fish with fish fillet or chili cat. Alf tried to sneak past the men, but one of them caught him and picked him up. Hey, put me down, Elf cried. The workmen laughed and clapped. They thought that Elf was a great prize for the show. A talking pressure toy. Ha, laughed Elf to himself when he realized where the men were taking him. I'm so adorable, they just can't resist. Guess I'll relax and enjoy the ride. The men carry Elf into the studio along with the other show prize. Meanwhile, Lundteller had returned home from school and found a note from Brian explaining where he and Elf had gone. This looks like trouble with a capital T, said Len, as she read the note. Take Elf a TV wait. Take Elf a TV show and refrigerator prizes, and it all sounds like a losing combination. I better get down to the station before the little trip turns into a headline news. Len hurried to the TV station and arrived just in time to see Elf being carried into the building. Oh boy, she thought, this is worse than I imagined. They are carrying Elf away. Sneaking up, sneaking up to the opening studio door, Len overheard the stage manager tell the workmen to put Elf behind door number 3 with the rest of the toys. Len ran to a payphone and called her father. Dad, she cried, Elf is a prize on Begging for Daughter. If one of us doesn't go to the show and pick door number 3, another family is going to win him. Willie promised to get to the studio just as soon as he could find some sort of costume to wear on the show. In the meanwhile, Len phoned her mother to tell her the news. The whole family would have to try and win the opposite team spot. Oh, how does Elf manage to get into these fix? Sighed Len. 10 minutes later, Willie arrived. I didn't have a chance to go to a costume shop, he explained, so I bartered this stuff from a man who handed out coupons in front of a choo-choo chicken. But I have to get in by the 3 o'clock rush. Let's go. Willie took the place that Brian had been saving in line and was soon chosen as a contestant on Begging for Daughter. A few minutes later, Willie was seated in the studio audience. Then suddenly he heard the game show announce, yell, contestant number 42, come on down. 42 with Willie number. Willie won the first 2 rounds of the game. He tried the third round with a woman dressed as a giant acorn squash. There was only 2 rounds to go, and he would have to win that one to choose Elf as the prize. Willie won the round and picked door number 3. Elf would soon be his prize. Lynn and Brian cheered wildly from their seat. Door number 3 was the booby prize door. Willie won some fresh toys, 43 cases of oven cleaner, and a lifetime prize of candy bars, and Alf, who stood amongst the toys, relieved to know that he would soon be going home with the Tanners, and not with that crazy squash woman. The acorn squash woman picked the door number 2 and won the luxury camper that Alf had wanted for the Tanner. She jumped up and down and gave the show host a big hug and kiss. Oh, please, groaned Alf as he watched the jumping squash. If if it's anything I can, but if it's anything I can't stand is a mushy squash. Just give her the key and let her row out of here. Willie, Len, Brian, and Elf were silent as they walked slowly to the car. Willie Tailfeller was drooping. The kids were tired and hoarse from the cheering so loud, and Elf was feeling generously miserable. Where has such a great idea gone wrong? Just then, the acorn woman drove up in her luxury camper. Elf groaned again. Hey, lady, he yelled. How about driving that arc-sized buggy someplace where we don't have to look at it? Then the acorn squash woman pulled off the headpiece of her costume. Hop in, everyone, she explained. It's me, Kate. I thought that 2 Tanners on the show would be better than 1. Now we can go to Yellowstone Park in style. Yo, Katie, explained Alf. I knew it was you all the time. Hey, this is neat. Put this ocean liner in gear and let's row the Wildcats and Yellowstone calls. Alf and the Tanners piled into the beautiful new camper. Everyone was happy, especially Alf. He figured that the lifetime supply of candy bars they won should last them at least 2 weeks. What a delicious dessert after enjoying a wildcat dinner around the campfire in Yellowstone. So that was Elf and Winter Take Elf for 1989. So if you like, subscribe, share, and comment, and have a groovy day. We have another video coming out real soon.